Alright everybody, welcome back! You're seeing this right, it's finally here, the new update has dropped and we have the F-15 Eagle and War Thunder. Now I just want to say I apologize, my voice sounds a little bit different than usual, I think I'm coming down with something. And I also apologize for being so late, my test tries didn't come until about 9 hours after I got the email out, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But regardless, the Eagle. Now, it's not going to be the best jet this patch, almost certainly. I haven't gotten the chance to fly out the Su-27 yet, but it's looking like that is going to be the meta jet this update. And, you know, the Mirage 4000 and Gripen being some fun secondary options. But that doesn't mean the Eagle is bad by any means. It is still a very competent jet, and definitely the best in the US tech tree. The biggest thing with the Eagle is its exceptional high-speed performance, and of course acceleration as well. So it has really nice high speed, both energy retention and turn. You're going to sit there pulling a consistent 11 or 12 Gs while maintaining energy. And this gives you a really nice and stable platform, both for gun and of course for your missiles. Which, speaking of, you also have 8 pretty competent missiles. Now you get 4 AIM-9Ms, and to be honest, these are going to be your main weapons for actually destroying people. The Sparrows, they're AIM-7Ms. AIM-7Ms, while they work, they're kind of mediocre in this day and age, especially when you're fighting stuff like R-27ERs. The biggest thing is they are incredibly easy to notch, and then pretty much everyone is flying very low nowadays. And all radar missiles, the R-27ER included, are easily defeated at those lower altitudes. There's something called multipathing, where the missile kind of goes dumb near sea level, and that is historical. Now, the distance and the altitude they're doing it at is not, but Gaijin has done that for balancing reasons, and to be honest, I'm okay with that. Now, the AIM-7M is not a bad missile by any means, and if people don't stay low, you will be getting kills with these. You get 4 of them, and this gives you plenty of opportunity to actually be able to go ahead and just let you kind of spam them out, because they're not the most effective missiles anymore, and you're kind of going to need to if you actually want to get kills with them. Most of the issues from the dev server have been ironed out, especially the wing ripping, but you are still able to rip your wings. I only did it once, and it was right here. The instructor did something weird whenever I was trying to level back out, and it suddenly had me do -5 Gs, and the wing snapped off, just as you can see. Now, you can still fly without a wing, which is historically accurate, by the way. If you haven't seen it, there was an F-15 which hit an A4 midair and landed while missing a wing. That's one of the really infamous things about the Eagle. But of course, you're not very combat capable, and War Thunder also disables your radar when you lose your wing, so you instantly lose access to, your 4 Sparrows. So try to avoid it. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I'm hoping Gaijin gets the instructor stuff ironed out, because it's not really fun to have it ripping, but it is still overall much better. I only ripped it that one time, and I haven't actually ripped it from like normal positive Gs. It's just that one weird little glitch, I think, with the instructor that seems to be causing it. So aside from that, your biggest advantage is going to be your acceleration. The F-15 has an absolutely insane thrust-to-weight ratio. It has the highest thrust-to-weight ratio of any 4th generation fighter. The only thing that comes close really is the Eurofighter, which we don't have in game yet. And this is going to give you some absolutely bonkers acceleration that you can use to get out of most situations. The only problem is that your top speed on the deck is actually quite a bit lower than most of the other 4th gens we already have in the game. The F-16 will catch you. The MiG-29 will catch you, the Gripen will catch you, and the F-14 also will as well. And the problem is that although you do have good handling overall, if they catch you, they're most likely going to shoot you before you're actually able to go ahead and get your nose around on them. Now, that's not to say the F-15 can't handle itself in those low-speed dogfights. It does have a bit of a rocky area around like 500 to 800 kilometers an hour-ish that you want to stay out of. If you're absolutely forced into a low-speed dogfight, see if you can go ahead and get yourself down to below 400 kilometers an hour, get your flaps out, and then you can power through with your absolutely insane thrust-to-weight ratio. It can be quite a few things at those speeds. The problem is getting those in the first place, because the Eagle doesn't like to lose speed. There's also the problem that it only works in like a 1v1 scenario, because if you get that slow, you're just going to get third-partied. And if you've been paying attention to the footage behind me, I kind of have a small issue. Basically, the entire enemy team is on me right here, and they are all about to start catching me. And I'm going to try and stay away for as long as I can, but there's really not much I can do here. I'm going to be able to collect one last kill here in a second on this JAS-39C, which, by the way, the Brits did get that this batch. I'll be covering that later this week, most likely. And then I look behind me, and the entire enemy team is all on my 6, and there's really not much I can do. I decoy the couple missiles that are sniffing me right now, and then I'm going to try and pull something off, but I am going to get my wing taken off by a Gripen. And unfortunately, this is just the sad reality of top tier right now. Teams are melting on both sides. Either your team is going to melt or their team is going to melt, and you're going to wind up in a situation just like this right here. You're also going to have stuff just like, you know, my first match where I got team killed for no reason. I guess he was mad because he thought that he should have been allowed to kill, and so he decided to team kill me, but you have kill stealers, you have team killers, you have all sorts of stuff. Now, here's a great example of exactly what I mean with that low-speed turn. So a lot of people think that the F-15 was not a good dogfighter. This is entirely false. The F-15 was an excellent dogfighter. You can see right here, I'm actually whipping around inside a Mirage 2000, a Delta Wing, and I'm going to get the shot off right here. And once I'm on his 6, there's really not much he can do to shake me. The Eagle has decent AOA, it can do about 30 degrees, and then I also get 900 rounds of Vulcan, which is an absolutely absurd amount. Now, the gun placement is a little bit wonky. It's off the right wing, as you can see right there, so it is going to take a little bit of getting used to. It's kind of like the F-105 in that regard, but once you get used to it, you're going to have plenty of ammo to spray on a nice platform as well. One issue I have run into, and you're probably about to see here in a second, the radar seems very much unfinished. So first of all, it has the wrong radar. We have an MSIP F-15, so it should have the PSP, not the original AN APG-63. But you also saw right there, my pulse Doppler locked onto chaff. So I'm really not sure what's going on there. I'm sure this radar isn't finished, and I'm wondering if they just dropped it like this because they're planning on adding the later radar anyways. But as for now, the radar feels very much unfinished, especially in ACM. It has a very difficult time in ACM. So do y'all remember how I said that I didn't get my test drives on time? Well, I actually had to go ahead and stock grind the F-15, and stock this thing feels much worse, especially when you don't have the boosters on. Its roll is absolutely abysmal. You're really going to want to rush to get those boosters as soon as possible because the roll rate is just not there otherwise. The acceleration, of course, is still good, although you do have much worse energy retention, and it's still enough to whip inside literally every 3rd gen fighter, and most of the 4th gens as well. You're going to be very competent in the dogfight. The only thing you have to worry about is once you get to those lower speeds, and the airframe just starts shedding airspeed like crazy. So I figure a lot of y'all are probably going to ask me how I'm feeling about the Eagle coming, and since it's only the A. So I do want you to keep in mind, the F-15A and C are pretty much identical. If we got an early F-15C, it would have been basically this exact same thing, just heavier, just like the F-15J. We'll have the same radar, the same engines, the same armament, everything else. This F-15 is also able to get AMRAAMs later on because Gaijin confirmed that they're adding an Air National Guard F-15 from the 90s. So that's why it has flares. You can also get the BOL pods. Everything else is going to be exactly the same. So I don't mind the fact that we got an F-15A. What I do mind is the imbalance between the kit of the Su-27 and the F-15. We're going to have to see what they do with that. I'm still very happy. I do just hope that something changes. In any case, hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll catch y'all next time. So peace, y'all, and enjoy the patch.